Hi guys! Oops, forgot to mute myself. Shut up, me! Shut up. Alright. Hello, hello, hello. I dropped my pencil before starting, so I broke the lead and I'm trying to get the new lead. I like to use a long point sharpener, but with this specific pencil, there's always a lot of wood left. So I use this, I think it's the most simple Swiss knife I've ever seen, but it basically has a screwdriver, the emery board, and the side is the tiny blade, toothpick, two tweezers, and that's it. Alright, hi everyone, hi! Hi April, hi Lucine, hi Misha, hi Fairy Dust, hi Lana, hi Box of Paint, hi Lise, hi Patricia, hi YZ, hi Okuni. Wow, so many people today, wow! Welcome, welcome! I visit spring yet in Montreal, not as far as I know. It's supposed to be, feels like minus 18 Celsius today. So not quite there yet. So yeah, I finished my purple sketchbook, the one I had before, I finished it. So the next one is this one, and it's kind of blurry on screen, I'm sorry, but it's basically a bunch of cat drawings. And this one, my friend got me from Society 6. The only thing that I think is a bit of a missed opportunity is to find a way to have the artist's name printed somewhere on there. Because like if I wanted to find more work by this person, I could not. But yeah. So I don't know if you guys saw on Twitter, but we were able to snap a really funny picture of Peko this morning. Hold on. I have way too many messages on there. Come on, come on. Go away. Go away! Okay, photos. Yes, it is minus 8 Celsius, but feels like minus C. Yeah, same here. I may be in and out my water heater, bro. Oh no. My son just wants me out of the way. Aww. Okay, so this is the photo I was able to snap of Peko. I hope it will be visible enough, but she basically looked like a trucker. like with our arm out of the truck window. So I was like, oh, I know I'm gonna draw Trucker Pico today. Paper blanks, put artist info on the back end paper. In languages, not just English. Yeah, they do it right. I don't think Society 6 is all that bothered. But I mean, it's a really cute notebook. Sketchbook in this case, because it's plain paper, but it's just a bit of a shame because, like, those cats are really cute. And I have no idea who made them. It just says Society 6 back there, so why not have, like, art by whatever person. I've seen this photo on Instagram. Pico is so sweet. Where is she going? That's an excellent question. She's probably going towards the football. And I decided to print a few references of old school pickup trucks. Trucker Pico Sonnet. I'll start by just doodling roughly trucks. It's not going to be cute, but it's just to get a feel for the sort of the volumes and the shape and all of that. To me, this step is a bit like taking visual notes. So it's always messy. It's always like, well, I don't know. When I used to take notes in school, it wasn't always organized because you never quite know what the teacher is gonna say. So, like, sometimes you start writing something somewhere and you realize you end up lacking space for the rest of it. So that's kind of the energy here. I'll settle for having water. I didn't have an individual show off. Oh no. What pencil sharpener did you use for this amazing dip? I'll grab it. It's basically like this thing here. It's Archambault. I hope I don't think I've ever said her username out loud, but Autumn Chiu on Instagram. I saw that she had like super pointed, like super long tips on her pencils, and I was like, hey, how do you like get to that? And she told me it was this thing, which you recharge by USB, and it makes a long point. It's a bit blunted. It doesn't make a pointy point, but it makes a long point, which is more practical because you don't have to sharpen your pencil all the time. Oh yeah, taking notes, sorry. We're leaving notes. When taking notes in school, it's best to leave some space on the side for additional notes. Yeah, that's the thing. So, hold on. He's ageless. Oh, were you in Texas, Okuni? Were you affected by the whole nightmare situation that happened in Texas? It works well, but like I said, it leaves, it's not a pointed tip. Doesn't really bother me, but if that's what you kind of are expecting from it, to have a super long and pointy tip, but it's not gonna happen really. Patsabane says, I'm playing with the new sketchbook and a few feet from my screen and still adjusting to varifocals. Oof. My brain keeps freezing trying to figure out why Peko was so tiny at the top of the screen. You mean this thing here? Wait, what? It's a red panda. The wheels look so small in the original. They're not too bad, honestly. Like this is definitely not a proportionate sketch. But it's just kind of to get the feel for like, okay, where is the door? It's close to the window and there's space, and you know, just this kind of observation. It's to force observation of what I want to draw after, so that perhaps some of it will stick in my head and help me get a feel for the actual thing when I'll draw it. Of old farm trucks is such a cute idea. They're rather nice, aren't they? I really like them too. Like, I'm looking at this one and my initial reaction is to ponder about how like close to the ground it still is. But that's definitely gotta be for farms that don't have too much bumps and rocks and like uneven stuff on the way. Yes, farm truck with custom brush catchers. What is a brush catcher? Growing up, there was always a few running, a few in people's fields in various stages. Oh yeah, it's always a bit sad to see the trucks like abandoned. I mean, there's definitely a reason for it. They probably don't work anymore, but I always feel bummed when I see an old car or an old pickup like that, like just resting away in a corner somewhere. I'm like, aw. Hey, Mikey, hi. A few running and a few in people's fields. Oh yeah, yeah. Hey, Tsukaboo, hi. Hi, Kevin. Hey. Well, it's nice to see you. the thing on the front of the truck that keeps sapling from punching into the radiator. Oh, okay, so like a bumper? There's a great... Hey, Sarah, hi! There's a great Instagram account called Mozart's Ride that posts awesome photos of rusted out vehicles. Ooh. Hey, Steven, hi! Yeah, it's sticky uppy bumper. Oh, nice. An extra large added bumper that goes all the way to the hood. Oh. Ooh. Dang, that sounds super cool. Wait, what was it? I'm a little off my game today. I'm not sure if I may be gearing up. Oh no! I don't know if we're gonna need another wrench person in case trolls. Oh, I think we're gonna be fine. I do believe that they said they had more important stuff to do. And if they show up, we're gonna give them like one chance to say what they have to say, and then they can either go away or be booted. Booted! Hey, Carolyn, hi! Yeah, migraines are awful. If nothing else, I'm sure she spurred a whole shed load of us to get our simile out. Oh, I know. I sure did. And is it Lana? Are you the one who shared the picture of the very peculiar simile set with the sort of the brown beige plastic case? Oof, migraines can go suck a jellyfish. Yuck. I had one yesterday, but I mean it's mostly tension migraines that I get because of like clenching my jaw and my awful posture when painting and drawing. So I found a way to set things up to paint that I can't show on stream because I can't film with things that way, but I can basically use an easel that I put like on my table and then use a just a clipboard on top, and that way I can paint without being like bent over my table. I can be upright when I paint. I think it's gonna help with neck issues. You know, I showed a box that the white plastic palette is in. I don't have another. Only some portals. Okay, someone else must have shared that one though. But yeah, I mean, Sennelier all over. Like it's funny because I was working on a Sennelier video anyway, but it only made me want to use more of these paints. And also I was working on the can I show these? I'm working, not done yet, but I'm working on the Patreon rewards, and they are red pandas this time. And I decided to use my Daniel Smith palette for a change. And it's a weird palette, guys. After using Schminke for so long, it feels really odd to use a paint that doesn't have any oxygol in it, because it makes it so much more difficult to use. Like it's almost unpleasant to use. And I was like, darn it. I said, I'm not entirely sure I like it. That's basically what I said, I think. I don't know about the photos, Stephen. I asked my printer to print it grayscale, but it's a really old and busted printer. I'm only happy that there's like no holes in printing. Like usually when I try to print something, it kind of looks like this or worse. So I'm just glad that this printed like without any holes in there. Like I can use this. Oh, wait, I just opened it. It is indeed brown inside, the brown. Yeah, it's the one with the brown lid that you just like flip over like that. And it sort of pushes out the tray for mixing, right? And the rest of the plastic is kind of off-white / cream. Is it the lack of oxygol why I have so much trouble with cauliflowering? Yeah, probably. I mean, that's what I'm noticing, because I haven't changed the way I paint. And it's much more difficult to get basic stuff like an even wash. And I don't have issues usually with that kind of stuff with Schminke. I mean, it's easier. Trucks, where is all the cats? You don't like trucks? The cat is coming. The cat is coming. That sounded super ominous. Love that old school printer error getting the lines. I'm not sure I like it, but vintage truck, maybe there's a cat in the truck bed. Oh, if I can put the truck bed in, maybe I won't put the you know, the those things up, and I could put Scout in the in the truck bed. I'm not entirely sure I will draw the full pickup truck on my drawing, but still feel it's somewhat useful to take the time to observe it, really, see how it's actually constructed in shapes somewhat. I think somewhat is the key word in here. don't worry, the cats will come. Yep. YZ says, hopefully you can dodge it. In Calgary, where I live, there are Chinooks where the temp can go from -30 to 0 in a day, and the pressure temperature. Ugh. We get that here too, though. I don't think it's a specific weather phenomenon. I think it's just that Montreal is awful weather-wise. But it can go from like over 0 to -20 in 24 hours. Not exactly as extreme, but still annoying. What am I supposed to wear today? I have a terrible time glazing, layering those. Daniel Smith are the only brand I can use since I can't use anything with Oxgall. I guess. Well, I mean, it might work for you. If it works for you, all the best. But yeah, I was just surprised because I was not mentally ready for it. I was like, why is this so hard? Oh, Oxgall. Huh. Well, I'm more sports car type. I love coupes. Yeah, that's not exactly a sports car, right? When I go back to my old Turner palette from using Schminke, it takes some time to realize that the paint is not moving. Ugh. Like, it's so weird to get a patchy flat when you're not used to it. You know, just like, why? Oh. Many brands not use Oxgall. Core, Holbein, Lucas. Yeah, I know, but it's just that going from Schminke to Daniel Smith, which is one of those brands, was really weird. Maybe it would be as weird if I went from Schminke to Holbein, but yeah, I was like, oh no. I got a bottle of the core fluid. I put it. Yeah, I got a bottle of it too. I use it when I make paint. I put a tiny bit of synthetic Oxgall in my binder mix. Hashtag Canada. Oh, I know. I'm in Waterloo, weather usually is a little better than both Calgary and Montreal. Hey, Jill, hi. Maxipine says, high to low pressure is a trigger for migraines. Like when a thunderstorm comes in, or being in the UK when it's finally a sunny day. Oh no. Rembrandt and Van Gogh are all both vegan too. Though Rembrandt in tubes is usually quite stinky. I like vintage motorcycle with sidecars and silly looking... Oh, that might be the next one. After the old school truck, maybe I'll draw the cats in a old school motorcycle with a sidecar. That's not hard to draw at all. Pfft, no. Hey Lee, hi. I use that skull when I have less than ideal paper like Moulin du Roi. Moulin du Roi hates layering. It just hates it. Just completely hates it. Well, the tubes I had of Rembrandt were quite stinky. Luckily, none of my Rembrandts have been stinky. Oh, great. Awesome. Hey, Dominic, hi. I've recently started to notice some stinky paints. The most noticeable was burnt sienna from M. It smells like rust, but settles down when it cures out of the tube. Yeah, it's a bit odd with like my M. Graham Terra Rosa. But I haven't smelled it in a while. I don't smell paints, but it used to smell like really like wet mud. You know, that deep wet mud scent. And I was like, well, it's, you know, it's a earth pigment, so it's not too out of character, but like none of the other tubes were stinky. Oh, really? I thought it was me regarding Moonlight wine layering. I figured it just sucked. No, it's awful. It's nightmare. The one time I tried to use it for layering, I was so thrown off by it. Because I am used to a paper that you can sort of add layers, and even if you overlap, let's say you have one shape that is like this, and it has like sort of a crisp edge, it's not like blurry. Well, I'm used that you can take your paint and add another layer over all of this. And if you don't scrub at it too much, the sharp edge will stay. Well, that doesn't happen with Moonlight Zohua. Everything blurs out, and it's awful. I figure non-stinky paints just have fragrances added. I don't know. You'd need like some stink canceling stuff in there. Yeah, like earth. Talon squash stinks too. Ugh. Hey, Paulo, hi. The funkiest smelling paint I own is the Perplexed Violet Hue from Renaissance. It smells like wet rocks all the time, even on paper. Oh, that's odd. Oh, okay, Perplexed Violet, I was like, that's interesting, but Perline Violet makes a bit more sense indeed. It's a hue, huh? I like Perplexed Violet, me too. I'll write it down if I ever make another purple mix paint. I might grab that. if you don't mind. Mars black, raw umber, perline maroon, and cobalt teal. Ooh! Cobalt teal is lovely. So it's smelling paint hour. I don't think it's conscious, but I'm pretty sure I smell most of my art supplies. Paper smells amazing. Does it? I smell more the glue from all the tape rather than the paper on these. Let's go straight to the source. Arches paper doesn't really have a smell. Ah, Jill, that sounds really cool. There was this awesome couple who used to rock the motorcycle and sidecar. She rode and he sidecarred with vintage looking goggles and white scarves. They were older and totally fabulous. I had a notebook that J.D. Campbell reviewed. Who's J.D. Campbell? And he mentioned how good it smelled, and I went and got it out to check. It's like a library bookstore. Well, usually it depends because there are some papers that we get here that have to cross overseas, and it happens with comic books a lot, like the European comic books with the hardcovers. Sometimes when we get them here finally, they don't smell too good. Ev, where do you buy paper? Well, you're in Canada, so I either buy it from Dessert, and otherwise Curry's has also a really good price on the Arches pads. I think they're just under $20 per pad, and sometimes you can get them on sale for a bit lower than that. Curry's is in Ontario. Is it, like, incredibly delayed? Oh no, wait. Jill, did you start over from the beginning of the stream? Yeah, mold. I bought a new bag of Orchid bark and noticed at home it smelled moldy. Ugh. I once had molded a new tube. Ugh, wah. Yeah, I know MD Campbell Mark, but is JD someone or was it just a typo? Otto! Hi! I felt, oh no! Was it a good nap? I hope it was a good nap. I had to taste the Switch cartridge because they're said to be bad tasting. Really? I'll check to see if they ship to Cowtown. Oh, I'm pretty sure Curry's does. Dessert, I don't know. They're a bit more picky. Hey, welcome back, Fairy Dust. Oh, just a moment ago they appeared briefly and I got excited. Oh! Oh yeah, well I've showed them earlier. Were you there for my like when I was talking about how the Daniel Smith paints don't have any Oxgall, and I kind of noticed. Yeah, it was the perfect number. Ooh, yay! J.D. Campbell is an artist that does some really cool ink and uses watercolor to color. Cool. I know Mark M.D. Campbell and J. Scott Campbell, back from the comic eras of the life. I heard that too. It's so little kids won't eat the game cartridges. Really? That's kind of clever. Oh, okay. I can do another quick look through. So yeah, I was saying that I was using Daniel Smith paint for these because I haven't really tested my Daniel Smith palette thoroughly, and it made me notice that like I can notice the difference between these paints that don't have any Oxgall and Schmincke that I use more regularly and which has Oxgall in it. Because it's really easier to get backgrounds and patchy flats with Daniel Smith than it is with Schmincke. Curious ships too, but their free shipping is much higher. They were having a deal with free shipping on $28 as the threshold. I don't know if it's still on, but when they do that, it's a really great deal. They have a lot of great supplies. They have Core, they have M. Graham, they have the Olbine Acrylic Gouache. Good price on Arches pads. I don't think they have the hot press though. I think they only have cold press for the, not the blocks, just the pads, because the blocks are so expensive. Sorry, it is MD. Okay, so it's Mark. Yeah. Yeah. Mark is sometimes shows up in the stream, and we always do the "oh hi Mark" kind of silliness. Mark Campbell got some fancy kit directly from Fabriano. JD is my sister. I think that means I need to call. Yeah. I think that's a subconscious thing. Hey Dan, hi. Mark always leaves the nicest comments on video. I agree. He's a really nice guy. Just being smothered by a cat. That's good. I think there's a photos of Dan's 2 cats on the Discord in the animal pictures chat room. Mark helped me get here. Mark helped get me here in the first place. Helped me with my attitude when I didn't want to do my physical therapy. Oh, that's great. Yeah, he has such a positive attitude, and he's not he doesn't shy away from talking about his struggles. I've reached that point with my physical therapy. I just don't have the motivation right now. It sucks. I was really motivated for a couple of months there. It's okay, Mikey. Those things, they ebb and flow, you know. One of them is really naughty, though. I peed in the bed this morning. Well, was it the little boy? Is he neutered yet? Gotta go eat lunch and nap. Fabulous. Thank you so much for being here, Jill. I hope you have a great lunch and a great nap too. Everyone stop everything until Otto, aka Team Pecco, is up to date on the pig situation. Freeze. Also, the idea for this drawing, I don't know if you saw it, Otto, but it's a picture that Mr. E posted on Twitter and that I retweeted. Yeah, it was him and he's neutered the tabby's a girl. That's weird. I hope Otto saw the trucker driver Pecco then. Yeah, me too. It was so funny. We had to... you guys with pets will know this feeling, like when your pet does something that is worthy of a photograph and you're like, oh no, I don't have my phone with me. And it's sort of trying to find the balance between rushing quickly to get the camera, but not too fast so that you will startle the pet and they will switch position. It was funny. Yes, I saw the truck driver Pecco. Can you do a little cat face with a cap on? What kind of cap? Hey, someone favorited my Etsy shop. Thank you. It's Loki the nutty one. Yeah, that's kind of not a surprise one bit. I probably know what a ball cap is, I just don't know it's called a ball cap. Let's use Google. Starling has a Loki too, but I don't think he's naughty, I think he's just a dodo, like she says. Bowl, not python, ball cap. Oh, okay. Okay. Can you imagine the day where cameras are ingrained into a contact lens, so you'll never miss a moment? That could also turn to Big Brothery now that I think about it. I welcome it. It could be in glasses. I want it because there's so many times when you have a split second to catch a picture of your pets doing something stupid. One of Emerald's was standing on the bathroom counter waiting for my niece. And when she turned on the light, he made eye contact and peed in the sink. Well, at least he peed in the sink. Made eye contact bit is what kills me. Well, since I had so much support on here regarding the house hunt situation, we found the perfect apartment. Been enough for any excited. That's so cool, though. I'm so glad. I really hope. Like, I know things are looking good, but I hope they stay like that. Keep looking good, things. Should I have given him a treat for peeing in the proper place? Yeah, possibly. If we get the place, it is certainly big enough for a cat or two. Yes! Yes, more cats! Honestly, Ev has been holding my hand. Aww. Hey, my pleasure. I'm so glad you found something. Good grief, we all know how not easy that is and how stressful. Haven't even gotten to that point yet, but I'm already stressed for the part of it where you find something you like enough to make an offer and then you have to wait if you win it. Ugh. Lukuni says, everybody needs a cat, a safe roof to be under, and nourishing yummy food and water. Not necessarily in that order, but, you know, life priorities. I agree. Oh my gosh, Lee. Neuron as a kitten did this thing where he'd huddle by my feet whenever he felt yucky. So I'd get up straight into a puddle of cat Barf. Oh. Dude. Also, in case I haven't bothered everyone with this fact, it's Laura's 1-year rescue-versary today. Yay! Happy rescue-versary, Laura. And she had such a difficult start too. I'm so happy she's recovered and now 1 year along. Hey, happy birthday, Sarah! Ball caps are kind of easier to draw at an angle rather than straight on. The bed of the truck. What? So is that the part behind? I don't know names of things in English. The bed of the truck should be longer. Yeah, these, I mean, I guess you mean on these? These are not exactly in good proportions. They're more like observational notes than accurate rendition. Because I'm not gonna draw the whole truck for my drawing, I think. Side view, cat cap. Yeah, ball caps have this really fun shape with the lid. It's a bit like a duck bill. Or something like that. I don't know. Might not be accurate, but that's a really fun curve to do the whole, this part of it. I love this note sticking up under the brim. Yeah. And you barely see the eyes because of the shade. Looks like Daffy Duck. Yeah, a bit. That's the interesting thing about it. All right, let's get some ash paper. If you'll be pleased to know, there are many options. Sorry about the noise. All my stuff is right next to the mic. Seeing your drawings of cats and trucks makes me imagine those shady car events in movies, like Fast and the Furious, where they're testing their hydraulics and bouncing the cars up and down to a crowd. I don't think you can do that with the good old farm truck. It's such a smooth sound for a blade. It's lovely. Maybe the cats and the trucks are going to a catnip convention. They're going to the market. Sure, I had to stop bending for a second when I looked at my cousin. Sucked up an old Ford truck. Lowered it. From the speaker, totally doable. Okay. Alright. That must have been funny though. Alright, hold on. Sorry about that, but... And awesome to see an old truck blaring modern music. What's in here? Ooh, I don't know. Not cruising past your house at 2 a.m. happens. Oh, ouch. Does anyone have a favorite watercolor brand for dioxazine purple? There are many good ones. Hold on. Patricia says time for me to go get bags. Oh, thank you so much for being here, Patricia. I hope you have a great weekend too. See you next time as well. A good dioxazine purple. Sennelier is good. I quite like theirs. I quite like the core one too. Good luck, Amisha. I hope it works out. Story time. I grew up near the town where actor Jack Black's family lives, so you'd know whenever one of his friends visited because the snazzy cars would show up in the dusty old town and drug crowds. Oh god, mentioning of Sennelier has reminded me of Miss This Is Student Grade. Yeah. I think Archambault might have a good one too. I just haven't watched it recently. I think that the Schminke one is good, but it doesn't come off as strong as other ones. And like that's one I would have used recently. Then I swatched the Sennelier one last week and it was really good. And I remember chorus being quite intense too. PB19. It doesn't ring a bell. Did you check Artist Creation? Oh yeah, Mission Golds I think is really dark and nice. I was actually leaning towards M. Graham. Well, a good thing is M. Graham is affordable and you can get it from Curry's. They also have Sennelier, but since Sennelier comes from overseas, it's always a bit more expensive. I'm gonna head off and do some yoga. Hey, awesome, Sarah! I hope everything goes stretchy and well with the yoga. It doesn't have it. But where did you find mention of PB19 then? It's on a tube of Payne's Grey by Rosa Gallery, and the site is the same. Supreme Paint has a Rublev Paint Slate Grey with code PB19. Sorry, cats built their own obstacle course and was figuring out where the chaos was. I didn't usually care what was being filmed, but was desperate to see Jack Black when they filmed Gulliver's Travel. I'm glad, Amisha. Yay! Oh yeah, PBK 19 might be a good suggestion for the weird PB19. Perhaps they just didn't put the K. Hey, Salome, hi! What's going on today? We are drawing a trucker cat. Because why not? There is so much muddled info in the art manufacturing. Yeah, I agree. Pencil ASMR. Talking of that weird clumping texture, I was watching some of Monex's video and he uses Shinhan paints and it was doing that effect a lot. He mixes white and everything too. I wonder if mixing the white is a way to try and not have that clumping effect. No, I didn't change my mic at all. Well, not in a few streams, I mean. I think that usually Mr. E is not in the studio at the time I'm streaming. So lighter pigments or higher alcohol content. I find that if you're doing a wash quickly, it's easier to avoid cauliflowers with more alcohol. Because it spreads out nicer. Put popping some calcium supplement and some water work. I don't know if it works like that. I'm sorry, I have to go to housekeeping. Oh no, Kuni, I'm sorry. I hope the cleaning up goes well. Yeah, I'm glad we're having such a bunch of nice people in the chat today too. Oh, thank you for being here, Lucine. I hope you have a great weekend. I'm so glad I got a stream for once. I hate a distraction from wedding planning. I hope it's your own wedding you're planning. Sounds like a handful and a half, seriously. Especially these days. I can see what people with money have wedding planners. Aw. When is the wedding happening, roughly? Like, no need to give any details, but is it like this summer? We've been together 12 years, so we're like, better do this, huh? That's gonna be May, move to August. Oh, nice. Yeah. August is lovely. Well, depending on where you live, but... I'm doing all the art, of course. Yes! Shirt and it's good. Yes, please! Very important to have watercolor paintings of animals. Watercolor has... I don't know why it's so booed by the super fancy art people, because it's so nice. It has such a fun texture and it's so organic. We just figured out I ordered gerbil scents for their scent baths. When husbands ask me for scent baths themselves. Oh no. Well, you're gonna have some spare. I mean, a lot of the so-called great artists used to do their sketches and planning in watercolor, which is something the fancy people seem to forget. Maybe that's why they kind of just see it as a tool of the trade and not necessarily a final painting kind of thing. They're like, no, you're just supposed to plan and sketch with watercolor. It is not le fine art. I'm like, what? Wait, what? It's an when my dress shop sadly went out of business. Aww. Edinburgh the Royal Academy has a huge collection of Turner's watercolor. Ooh, that they show once a year. Oh, I think I'm due to leafing through my Turner art book. One of the things I love about watercolor is how ethereal they can be. I agree. So, what do you guys think? Sorry. Gross. I think it's February this year, or maybe January, obviously not this year. Yeah. Nothing too wonky, I hope. Should give him the weird thing in my mouth. I should, right? Love it. I can't read what's on his shirt. What does it say? I tried to make it like a And I heart every one shirt, but the heart has been X'd out. Because this is meant to be Scout, and she hates everyone and everything. Partner and I just spoke about colors, and I pronounced some of them in Russian, and it sounds all kind of wrong. Catnip might be DUI, but like many cats I know. If a penguin got drunk, would that be drunk diving? Alright, time to go in there again. Yeah, it's really weird that it has stopped working for you, Cyan. I got a comment removed. Wait, where? How? What? When? What happened? I didn't know the word I was using was bad as such. Wait, what? I always thought I'd love doing the shopping for everything for the new apartment. Turns out it's super overwhelming when you have to buy so many things. Oh no! Do you have to buy all the, I'll find a word. Or not. Like buy a new fridge, oven, all that. My hubs is watching Independence Day and some dude just pronounce kilometers. Kilometers. Huh. Oh yeah, furniture, thank you. Wow. Or appliances. Yeah, appliances too. I was thinking of appliances. Hey, will you have your own washing machine and dryer? I think the white goods. Huh. What do they call white goods? Maybe I'll follow my internet example and go to sleep. Hey, good night, Cyan. Thank you so much for being here. I wrote that F sketch was delightfully rednecky. But it was cute because the truck and the caps. Is it really bad? As a, you know, not a native English speaker, I can't tell if it's a really bad word. There's a massive fridge freezer, but I can't reach the top. I know that feeling. Oh my gosh, yes. White goods are like fridge, freezer, washing machine. Oh, so you'll have your own machine washer. You know what I mean. That was the first appliance we got in here when we moved here, was this a washer and dryer. I am not doing the laundromat thing again if I can avoid it. From Texas and totes guilty of nuclear. Dang it. Yeah, that's my thinking. The Google Maps removed it automatically. So I think maybe it's a Whistler. Or maybe it's just because hold on, I can find word. Blah blah blah. You know, like maybe because of the current state of the world, a lot of words are sort of on the list where they wouldn't be originally. Is it normal for a place to come with washer, dryer, and fridge? I know that's not really the norm for Montreal places. Did you live in Montreal, YZ? It's unthinkable to not have at least a washing machine in your home. Well, here some apartments don't even have the proper like fixture for appliances like that. So you can't really have a washer if you don't have like a water point to plug it in or something. If you know what I mean. Tried and it's removed mine too, so it's not location dependent, huh? I have too many teapots, or not, not enough, depending on your point of view. Is there such a thing as too many teapots? My main issue with teapots is that they're often too small. And if they're big, they don't stay warm long enough. My partner's family all live there. Oh! Oh, awesome! Yeah, pre-COVID. Ah, that's great. Must be very different from Calgary, maybe? Not necessarily in a positive way. Montreal is a weird place. Renting in the States, I always had the basics, and if no washer, then there was a laundromat inside the complex. But in the UK, it seems to be bare bones, usually. Huh. What is that thing hillbilly like to put up on their truck? Is it the bumper horns? Truck nuts? What's bumper horns? I'll have to Google it. Here in the US, rented apartments are usually required to have fridge and stove included. Really? Not here. Here, I would be somewhat skeptic if a place came with fridge and an oven, just because of bad experiences. Of having to leave behind appliances because turns out the apartment has roaches and you kind of don't want to bring them in the new apartment. Hasn't happened to me personally, but I think I have 8 teapots and a knitted tea cozy shaped like an owl. Aw. I have a tea cozy that's shaped like a cat. It's a gray tabby, but it was named Pecco. I was like, eh. When we bought, our contract simply stated with carpet and light fixtures. And when we moved in, gone was the nice new carpet and done was a crusty old one, and same with the lights. Wait. How? So they had on a fancy carpet and new light fixtures for the visits and all that, but once the place sold, they removed all that and put back the crusty old stuff? People cannot... Can people be nice for a day? Ah! White pizza. So white pizza is white sauce, right? What was illegal is that they'd fitted the boiler themselves and used a tiny little pipe for the outflow, which meant that the whole back of house was filling with gas. Hey, ooh! Yikes! Big yikes. Thankfully, not much device needed as the place is pristine. That's a boon. It's just white pizza is with ricotta cheese and mozzarella and oil, then add toppings. Oh, okay. Interesting. They'd been living in it for ages and were smokers? They sound like wankers. Yep. It's one of my favorite words. It just sounds so funny. Especially if someone with a British accent says it. Big house and yikes. First week here was eventful. First night, drunk driver took out 13 cars and stopped hitting the person's car who literally moved their car to let us unpack. Whoa. Top of the list, watch out for private sale. Not listed by the multiple listing services. I kind of want a docu-soap show called Big Housing Yikes. Yeah, me too. Big Housing Yikes, that would be hilarious. Mine is check the wall behind the fridge if there's space. Husband found a huge crack ceiling to floor. Thank God he spotted that. In the new place? Whoa. Then the electricity went out. Didn't realize we were on a key. Got it back on and the fuses blew. The boiler exploded. There is a gap on the top. And it hit the ceiling and chipped. Jeez, what? What do you mean? We didn't realize we were on a key. What does that mean? My friend had to throw out clothes as they were covered in green mold. Ugh. Same for if there is an understairs cupboard. No, it's a place we looked at ages ago. It was a straight no. Yeah, dude. Part of me is puzzled that they don't try to fix this stuff prior to selling the house. GFCI outlets in random rooms where they are not required are often there to trick sensors into reading as grounded. What do you mean? What is the GFCI outlet? Is it a good idea to get our boiler checked once we have the apartment? I mean, I don't know anything about it, but I'm tempted to say yes anyway. I mean, how can it be a bad thing, right? In the UK, your gas and electrics can be on a key, and the key has money. You go to the corner store to top it up, but when you run out of money, you have no gas or electrics. Oh, okay. Whoa, that's interesting. Doesn't really work like that here, but we are somewhat fortunate in that Quebec produces a lot of electricity. So we have a different kind of messy system. The way it usually works is that you either pay a fixed amount each month based on your previous usage. And if you are found lacking, or if you paid too much at the end of the year, you either pay what you need to pay, or they send back the money you paid that was extra. The other option is you pay every 2 months for your actual consumption of electricity. Circuit protected outlets used for wet areas. Whoa, hold on, is that the stuff that they put outside? Any tip on what we need to do once we have the flat? We're gonna get the door locks changed. It's literal pay-as-you-go utilities. It's a horrible... Yeah. Yeah, the windows is a really good idea. Electricity. How do you check the electricity? Like, what do you have to check for? To run all the taps, make sure everything drains well and the water gets hot. Hey, that's a good point. Seriously? Dominic says, oh, speaking of electricity, apparently everyone in Texas is gonna have to pay for the mistake of the electric company. All of the ERCOT IROPs are just resigning. Wow. Talk about taking responsibility. Yummy. In Canada, it's difficult to get insurance for a house if there's known knob and tube wiring. Oh, really? It turns out our sellers are some shitty electricians, just replace the wire ends and put GFCI colors on them. Ugh. Oh, Salome, you're in the UK too. It's interesting to see where everyone is from. Water pressure, I agree. So when we opened up the wall, we had an $8,000 surprise. Blah. Oof! Ironically, we have too much pressure now. Oh no, and the noise is keeping me up. Oh no, and it's very not okay because it makes a noise. Yeah, that. I don't think it should make a noise like pressure. Oof. Furnace went on the fritz because of the storm that night with our power out for a week. When it came back on, the power surge caused it to go. Oh no. For a sample of the issue, certain companies were charging $9 grand during the winter storm. One company notified people to change providers during the storm. But one woman is suing because she couldn't. Gee. Oh my gosh, what? Also, $9 grand. I mean, what the heck? It's a crisis. People are trying just to, you know, stay alive. And you have this dumbass that shows up and is like, oh, you have to pay $9K. Like, good grief. I was reading, well, I was not reading. That's not true. I was watching a video about the one sort of really bad natural disaster we had in Quebec quite some time ago, but it was the sleet, I think it's called sleet in English. It's the crise du verglas in French, and basically it rained ice over a period of time non-stop in a way that too much ice accumulated on top of things, like trees, like electric lines, like pylons, and everything just crashed down. Over cars, over houses, the power went out in the middle of winter, like in January. And it was bad, but yeah, how company reacted here is that they mobilized people and they were like insanely they were working so hard to get power back to people, and it came back relatively fast. So I'm always stunned when I see stuff like, oh, but you have to pay $9K to. I'm like, what? Go to hell. The plumber said our valves might blow, so that's where. Oh no. On a quick side, box of paint. I'm mad. I want those brush pens. I cannot find them. There's a vermilion, a gray, and a sepia color. And I'm like, rah! Especially the vermilion one. Oh, I love that color so much. Nice, warm, rich orange red. It's so pretty. Oh, and now Texas governor is attempting to remove the mask mandate and open up the restaurants again. Yeah, that's not gonna backfire at all. You know? Still adding them to my cart. What happened in Texas should be a crime. It really should. And it seems like the people sort of responsible for it are just resigning and noping out of there. Hey, have a great weekend, Mikey. Thank you so much for being here. had a kitchen joist resting on the heating duct. What's a joist? It was cut to make way for. The heating duct was cut. What? Structural heating duct was... That doesn't sound good. There was an apartment I visited quite some time ago where the way you would heat it up was very unfamiliar to me. I don't know if it's a common thing or if it's just because I didn't know, but you basically had to light it up every time you wanted the heating to start. Like actually grab a match or a lighter and start a flame in the thingy in the wall, and I was like, you know what? Nah. Though mind you, in here half the heaters are not working, so it's quite regularly 16 degrees in here in the winter, but we're sort of used to it. 16 is a bit cold. When we get it to 17, we're usually like, yeah, that's fine. The brush pen, this one, the Pentel brush pen. They have one with vermilion ink, I think, and it's orange on the outside instead of like. I think this part is still black, but the cap and the body is orange. There is a sepia one and there is a gray one. I've been trying to locate them with very little success. Family friend had a 10K bill, and when my sister told me, I kept asking, you mean 1K? Oh my god, 10K. Like, what the the old light, the pilot light game. Yeah, I think that was it. It was just so surreal. I was like, I don't really trust myself around this system. A joist is a piece of wood running between two walls, like a bridge that supports the wall, the floor above it. Okay. So they had cut through the support to put a heating duct vent. Is that it? That's kind of not great. How long can you make your arm, and how little do you have to look at where you aim? You need one of those, you know, the lighters that have a long sort of reach for barbecues and such? Dude. I think the orange was as vermilion ink. I think. I mean, it's a bit difficult to find information about these. Like, I might be wrong, but I was under the impression that the orange one had vermilion ink. Which I'm like, Pentel, bring these over here right now. Can't find it on Amazon Japan, huh? I thought it's... oh, maybe, but I was under the impression it was vermilion ink. Might be just black. Oh, yours came with black ink. Okay, I must be mixing something. I must be, like, mixing a bunch of info in my head. I have one in sepia just to be a brat. The pen is definitely easy to find in my bottomless pen bag. Bright orange pen. They made a few brush pens like this one, but with interesting designs on the body of the pen rather than plain old black. Like you have the purple and pink and gold one, I think, but you also have like some sort of indigo pattern or Yeah, I've seen a couple of other things that were quite nice. I usually like to wait for the sketch to fully dry at this point, erase the sketch, and then do a second pass of inking if need be. Yeah, so a flower will usually have choice to space at 16 inches. If you got one, you have to attach it to its neighbors. They didn't, so it was supported on the dog. Oof. What I find great in these brush pen that they don't really dry out even after... Yeah, definitely. I have the same kind of situation going on with the Carbon Platinum ink pen. I also have, you saw my Koh-i-Noor Rapidograph style pen, but that one tends to clog after a while, so it's annoying. I bought my first Fude pen at the same time and realized I can't not call Fude and Hake and not say Fude and Hake. Fude and... Oof. I have a couple of inking pens. Let's go through the inking pens just for fun, because the painting is drying and I'm not sure I'll have time to paint it today, because if I rush on painting over the brush pen, it smudges and it's not nice. It's not a cute look. Okay, come on, Mike. Alright, sorry if that's a bit noisy. This is cellulose paper, so not cute, but serviceable for swatches, obviously. I own 0 inking pen. Well, you've got those big ass like Sharpie pen thingy. Those are waterproof. They're technically inking pens. I guess. So that one has sort of blue-green ink in it. This one, I think it's darker blue ink. Yeah. A bit like indigo ink, kind of. It's such a fine tip. Ugh. This one has green ink. You mean the ones I draw animals with? It's not waterproof. Oh, I thought it was. Huh. This one is gray, so that's kind of easy to remember because I use the gray pen for the gray ink. This blue one. Hey, Salome, thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a great weekend and best of luck with the wedding planning. So this one is the Platinum Pigment Blue. It's kind of ultramarine bluish. The Unipen brush pens have been so much fun that I've been using my Pentel more and more, and I thought of Fude would be fun, but it's a lot more. Fude is the nib that's angled, right? I've yet to figure out how to combine the pens I like to draw with and watercolor. What are the characteristics of a good inking pen? Waterproofness. For me, it's waterproofness is key one factor. It's like a nib that had a bad accent. Yeah, I have two Fide nib here. So this one has the carbon sepia ink, pigment sepia, I think, brown. I don't know what they call it. This is such a fun pen to use, and it's like super affordable. I have this. This one is good for like dry brushing and texture because it doesn't flow very well. I think it's waterproof. I'm not entirely sure though. And these are the Fide ones. This one is, I think this one is like the 45 degree. So what is fun of those is that you can use the back of them for like fine lines, but you can also like smoosh it, like use it at the angle and have some juicier lines that are textured. I have carbon ink in them. They're a bit dry out, a bit clogged, but yeah, it's still fun. This one, what angle is this one? This one is like the sharp angle, 60 degrees, I think. So it's kind of a lot of fun. You can really like go with small detail and then like I don't know if everything has had time to dry, but the green one is really pretty. I found the green one through Lee's, so it's not exactly dry, so it's gonna pick up the ink a bit. But when I want ink to be fully dry, I usually leave it overnight, like good 24-hour. Is this one? Oh, this one is not the waterproof one. This one is the melty one. I have another one that's God knows where. Somewhere in here. Oh, it's with the white pens, of course. Such a logical place to be. It's the... what's the name of that one? It's the Sketch Ink by Rohrer and Klinger, I think. For the green one. Oh wow, this one is super dry. Yeah, texture brush. I would use a hairdryer if the cats were not like really not fans of it. I just made these swatches, so of course it's not very dry. But anyway. Sometimes heating up ink also helps to set it. So yeah, so these are by Sailor, the two blues. This is Rohrer and Klinger. This one is a Noodler's ink. These two are by Platinum. And be careful, if you are shopping for waterproof ink, be careful when they say water resistant. It's really not waterproof. Water resistant, I think, is more like if you write something in it and water washes over it, you will still be able to read what was written even if the ink bleeds. Where you have some other inks that are not water resistant, if you have water that washes over them, all the ink will go. So you won't be able to read what was written there. But yeah, water resistant is not waterproof. Not one bit. I think that's the same one I picked up in blue, and the green has been sold out for ages on colored pens, but they are only about... Yeah, they're not very expensive, the Sketchings. And they have like a lot of fun colors. Alright guys, do you have... Oh, the Sailor one. Oh. There is no Sailor Green ink though, is there? Well, there is, but not necessarily waterproof. Sailor 45. That's kind of cryptic. Sailor 45. A. Left. Left. B. Right. Left. 44. Yeah, brain. All right. Oh, do you mean the pens? Or the ink? Either way. Has sorry pen name Sailor for day 45 degrees. And the green one was I think 65. Yeah, that hold on, is it written on them? This one has like nothing written on it except Sailor Japan, which kind of cracks me up. This one has more info. But basically it just says DE. That's the only part of it that I can sort of understand easily. But yeah. There's nothing but Sailor on yours. So like this one. Like the green one. Sounds like a puzzle for a video game. Yeah, or a cheat code for God mode or something. Hey, Anna, hi. You're late, but I think I'm about done since I don't want to rush the erasing and painting of this. And I don't know if you guys want to see something else for the last half hour or, well, 20 minutes. Someone nerds thinking. They made a lot of Sailor Moon pencils and pens of all sorts. Turner book? I could grab the Turner book. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna mute the mic for a sec. Sorry. Alright, I found two things. Found the book and also found this. I thought I absolutely had to show this a bit in the stream. How could I not? Oh, send it to me, Otto. I want to see. Send it to my Twitter. Really awkwardly held my brush, but I did it. Awesome! Yay! CMI, we have a full CMI alert. Oh, look at this! CMI primary mixing wheel. I was like, what? Ta-da! Look at this thing! Color mixing for artists, designers, artisans, students, and amateurs using cyan, magenta, and yellow. Yes. Pure color tones. A color wheel showing the subtractive colors spectrum, tint, tones, shades, and color relationships. Yeah, it says what... Here, super awesome. Tint, shades, color schemes. Definitions. Tint. I can do this. Tint. Color plus white. Tone. Color plus gray or colors complement. Complement? I can talk. I'm all fussed out because of this wheel. Shade is color plus black. So there you go. This side is more basic stuff. And you even have like some info about the kind of mix you can get, which is pretty cool. Thank you, Otto. I'm excited to see. It's okay, Anna, don't worry about it. Oh my gosh, cracked a bone. Someone claimed they can mix a pink using a medium red and blue. Yeah, by all means. Yeah, that's a really good color wheel. Hold on, let's get the different color. Let's get to green. So basically it shows you key color, complement, and you kind of have a mixing swatch. It's really fine printing too. Like you don't see the half tone a lot. And also this bit on the outside is kind of nice. But yeah, so basically like this is 60% green and 40% magenta. So you kind of get this color. If you mix 50-50, I guess they sort of assumed that it would be gray. There is gray in the middle, though we don't really see because there is no hole close enough. But yeah, you can basically just move it around and have fun with it. And trying to figure out why it shows these two as well. Oh, it's sort of the, you have the primary triad this way. So I guess if you move to blue, you sort of get the secondary colors of that triad. The complement. Oh, cool. Cool. Oh. And on the other side of it, say, it says, it's so nice that it says right under the, oh, also on this side you get the CMI code. Like if you want to enter it in the software or something, you can simply enter this value for CMY and you're gonna get that color specifically. On the other side you have the naming of them, like secondary, tertiary, color contrasts, and relationships. Oh, that's cool. That reminds me of Otto's chart. Cool. But yeah, you have like tetrads, triad, and split complement and direct complement. And also these, the colors. You have a, what if you had white to it, and then what if you had black to it? But overall, I'm just psyched that there's a freaking color chart. that has CMY as a primary. Like, yes, thank you so much. I love you guys. Maybe I should send one to someone. Yeah, that's just like your triad color videos. Maybe that's why they put it out. Maybe they saw your videos and were like, I think something is missing in the art world. And it's an actually accurate color wheel that makes sense. Okay, so Art Gallery of Ontario. Oh, it's a book based on an exhibition that was in Toronto and Paris and London. Tate Publishing, so I guess whatever. It's not just Turner, but Turner's Legacy, blah blah blah. There's a lot of Whistler, so it's Turner, Whistler, and Monet. But you know, the ones we want to see are the Turner ones. Because of the watercolors. That's a Turner one here. You guys see it? Yeah. Cool. It's a joke from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So you want me to send you one? I was making a jab at someone who mentioned that the primary colors are red, yellow, and blue, but dude, if you want that card, I will get you one. So this one is also by Turner. Monet is really easy to spot. Like, oh, hey, Monet! What a surprise! Nice! I wonder what they'll do with that show, because the recent issues with the basic cup system of the world sort of makes it a bit awkward to cheer for the characters in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, because they don't necessarily feel very real. Oh, that's an oil by Turner, huh? Okay, Tinted Steam, Turner and Impressionism. Do you guys ever read the text that comes with this book? Yeah, I can't think of anyone who cares about the same white color wheel. Didn't get discontinued? Oh, you think they just canned it? I don't know, I think Brooklyn, B99. I was wondering if they were trying to figure it out, but I guess they might have just canned it. People that work in the printing industry should use same. Yeah, definitely. But people in the printing industry, they often have the big ass reference. I don't know what it's called, but it's basically a stack of color swatches with corresponding code, either in Pantone color for like getting a specific ink color, or with the CMY composition of it. So they use a reference thing, but it's not a wheel per se. I think the people who read the text are probably students who had to get the book for school or art scholars. Yeah, I don't think that book would be mandatory for school. Anyway, when I went to school, it usually didn't make us buy such great books. It was mostly like stuff that you don't necessarily know what to do with it after. I thought they renewed it, but Gina left. I really don't know. Now, if there is a RGB color wheel, there might be one. Well, there is on this one, you kind of have the two color wheels, like this one in light and this one in print on there, but so yeah, I guess that this is not the most Turner book ever, but oh, Gustave Doré. That dude was amazeballs. He's the one who did all the etchings. Yeah, okay, cool. But what about... oh, catalog. Turner. Blah, blah, blah. That's really cool. It's oil, but that's such a moody, nice piece. Nope, I heard right. Ends with season 8. So there is one... okay, there is one more season to come. And it's gonna be the last. Okay. I still resent my school who made us students get a book that was legit a stack of 800 printed sheets that will not be resellable. Ugh. How expensive was it? They put so much of his oils in there, but it's like, dude, these watercolors were great. Ah, there. Seems to be studies a lot. It looks so nice. Yep, alright. I will end this. I will leave through pages for a bit, like for 5 minutes, and then we're done. Hey, thank you so much, guys, for being here. Thank you, Tsukaboo. Thank you, Otto. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. Good luck with work, Anna. And yeah, thank you so much, guys, for being here. And I hope you have a great week. And if you want to join up on the Discord, the link is in the server. That's basically a place where we chat during the week. And it's a lot of fun. And yeah, so we will be streaming again next Saturday. Same time, same place, cats. And yeah, thank you so much, guys. Have a great weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.